Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is a Royal Rumble Predictions with Max and Jay. They'll be here shortly. This is not a interview of the WSC Lounge, so nobody get all excited. That's just a prediction show. It's not an interview. Okay. There we go. Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
Good. I'm great.
That's great. Now, I was telling your mom the other day, I have not been keeping up with the WWE product as much, so I don't know all the matches for Saturday. I just know the men's Rumble, women's Rumble, and the Kevin Owens match. Other than that, you can fill me in. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the rest.
That's there's only one over fatal four-way for with Roman.
Oh yeah, that match. Yeah, I know that match.
I think that's it because the Rumbles combined are like 2 or 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna take up most of the show.
So they're not going to have a women's title match or anything?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Becky and Rhea are feuding, but no.
Okay. Okay, is Jay going to join us?
Maybe later. Soon,
Okay.
But no.
Okay, so what are your predictions for the Royal Rumble 2024 as we have, and also let me let everybody know, We Are the Tomlins. You can go subscribe to their YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Yes, We're the Tomlins. Yes, please go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also subscribe right here to my YouTube channel, Classic Random Clips Man. Okay. And and thank you everybody that has joined. Seen a lot of people joining. Thank you so much joining. And your predictions for the Rumble this coming Saturday. It is the 30th annual, I believe it is, of the Rumble, WWE.
Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, sounds about right. 30 years.
Okay. I know they got 40 years of WrestleMania coming to select systems of 2K24, I believe it is.
Hulk Hogan's been doing promos about that.
Yeah, Hogan, speaking of Hulk Hogan, yesterday, for everybody who don't know, he celebrated 40 years of Hulkamania when he pinned the Iron Sheik, the late great Iron Sheik, for the WWF World title.
That was a classic match from what I heard.
Yeah, I don't quite remember that match too well. I think I wasn't even born because that was 40 years ago yesterday. So I'm 40 now. So, but
like Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, they've been like in for a long time.
Yeah, and I did want to mention, folks, since this is a wrestling related podcast thing, me and Max are doing, and Jay later on. Yesterday, the wrestling world lost a great ice train who used to work for WCW. He teamed up with Scott Norton. They were called Fire and Ice, and he was a great wrestler in WCW. He passed away at the age of 58. They don't yet know the cause of death, though, but we would like to send our condolences out to him and his family.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, DDP actually reported it on his social media, and he said that he was saddened by the loss of Ice Train. And Ice Train used to work for WCW. I don't think he ever worked for WWE or any of the other companies, but he used to help Scott Norton, and he was managed at one time by Teddy Long, Theodore Long. You may know him, player, you know.
Wasn't that Teddy Long? Yeah, we met him, Teddy Long. Yeah, once or twice we met him.
Yeah, I met Teddy Long one time, I believe. Yeah, one time at where was it? Face to Face Wrestling in Mara, Georgia, and I talked to Teddy Long a couple years ago because I've got his number, but see what happened, a friend of mine that passed, he gave me his number because a friend of mine used to work in wrestling with Dusty Rhodes, the late great Dusty Rhodes. He used to do stuff Turnbuckle Championship Wrestling. So a friend of mine gave me his number, and I called Teddy and I said, "Hey, Chip gave me your number." And he said, "Oh, he's okay." And but Teddy Long lost his wife about 2 years ago, but he lives down here in Riverdale, Jonesboro, I believe it is. He don't live too far from me. Teddy don't.
We have like some Teddy Long cards that we got from SWE Wrestling, Texas here, and that might be like an independent show or like their own thing. And we have some cards of him, and I think it might have his number, but it says Hall of Famer. So
Yeah.
that was cool. It was the same night we met Mark Henry.
Oh, cool. Did you get to meet Lacey Von Erich? Because I know that she was running that company. I think it's SWE Ferry. Lacey Von Erich.
Yeah.
Eric's the daughter of Kerry Von Erich.
Oh. No, I don't remember ever seeing her. One time at an SWE show, it was a bad night for someone there because he got beat up by one of the wrestlers, bloody. But that night we met Carlito and Mick Foley, and it was super fun.
Oh, cool. I remember, speaking of blood, I remember I was at an independent show with my my late brother, my dad, and my mom. We went there, and it was NW Atlanta. And Tommy Wildfire Rich, you know Tom Wildfire Rich? You remember him?
No,
okay.
I don't.
Do you remember Abdullah the Butcher?
Yeah.
Okay. Abdullah the Butcher and Tom Wildfire Rich, they had a bloody bloodbath, if you want to call it, and they had blood all place, and they were fighting each other, and they said, "It's going to be a Donnybrook, everybody, a brawl." So the crowd was moving back and everything, and it was just, it was wild. And I never will forget, though, at that particular show, it was another show I went with my brother, and he wanted me to meet Abdul Butcher. And I said, "Well," I said, "I don't know," because Abdul's kind of scary. Well, I'll tell you, I was terrified to meet Abdullah. So I walk up to Abdullah. He's sitting in a chair. He goes, I said, "Do you want me to sit down?" He said, "I can." So I sat down, and I'm like, "Oh, man, I can't wait till this is over." So he takes my hand like this, just hold on to my hand, just best I can. So we make the picture. He never talks, never says a word. And then I get through, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll see you later. Thank you." Like that. And a little kid comes up, and he talks to his late manager back when his manager was living. And he says, "Can I get an autograph, sir?" He says, "Go ask your mama for some money." He says, "Okay, sir." And he runs off, and everything's scared to death. But Abdullah, though, he really is. The funny thing about it is, though, I got to meet in person the late Randy Rhodes. Now, Randy Rhodes is Randy Al. He was one of the original Midnight Express. I got to meet his late mother, Helen, at his the house where Randy grew up, because some of my friends up the street knew of Helen. So I met Helen, and Helen gave me some of his picture stuff and told me, she said, Abdullah, he comes to our Thanksgiving dinners, and he's nice as can be. I said, "Really, Helen?" She said, "Yes, he's nice can be, and that fork stuff and all that stuff he does is just an act." I said, "I didn't know that." I said, "I would never guess that."
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd be scared too, because I've heard he's like John Moxley's like from modern day.
Yeah. And I remember one other thing I was gonna tell you before I forget. At another show I went to, you know the Biggie Man?
Yeah.
Okay, the Biggie Man was there, and he has these live worms and everything. The worms, he's eating and everything, and he drops by his mouth with this lady. He walks up this lady, and he's at the autograph session, autograph table. This lady walks up to him. This don't lie. She walks up to him. She says, can I get your autograph? He goes, boo, like that. He does that. She goes, ah, and she throws her hands up in the air, and she starts running. She runs, and I kid you not, Max, she runs all the way out of the arena, and she doesn't even look back. She leaves. Everybody's laughing and everything.
That sounds like a funny story.
Yeah, it really was. You got it. You got any more funny stories?
Not really. I mean, not funny.
Yeah.
When we met Mark Henry, he signed one of my Mark Henry figures, and we still have it to this day, and it's still signed and everything.
Oh wow, that must have been real cool.
So we've only gone to a WWE show once. Only once, and like we aren't going on vacation this year, so I was thinking we went to a SmackDown, so maybe we can go to like a Raw event.
Yeah.
And that'd be fun because all the bigger stars are in Raw. Like the biggest stars when we went to SmackDown, the Hall of Fame event, was Roman and Brock, and they weren't even at the show. So it's like we saw the Andre the Giant Battle Royale when Madcap won. It was such a disappointment too, because I'm like, it'd be cool to see Finn Balor win a Battle Royale, but no, I didn't even like Madcap when he won. And then we saw all these legends on stage and in the ring, and it was super cool.
Wow. So you got to see the Undertaker too, right?
We didn't get to meet him, but we saw the Undertaker in the ring.
Okay.
And he said never say never, and that's still to this day an iconic saying for WWE.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, if you think about it, all people through the years you never thought would return to WWE or make an appearance of, basically showed up. Yeah, The Rock, CM Punk, Scott Steiner. If you would put it this way, this is how bad things were. I don't know if you know this or not, but Scott Steiner, if you would have told me 10 or 15 years ago that Scott Steiner was going to be in the Hall of Fame, I would have said, you got to be kidding me. Because this story, I don't know if you know this or not, but this is a true story. When Scott Steiner wanted to leave the WWE the first time, actually, the second time he went there when he had white hair, Big Pop Pump, okay, he told Vince, he said, I want to leave the WWE. Vince said, no, I can't let you out of your contract. He said, well, can Triple H, since you want me to take because Vince McMahon wanted Scott Steiner to take a steroid test because he thought he was on steroids. So Steiner told Vince McMahon, he said, hey, Vince, since you want me to take a steroid test, can Triple H, Jean Paul Levesque, can he come down with me and take one too? And Vince said, oh, you know what? I changed my mind. Scott, don't worry about it. I'll go and let you out of your contract, let you leave. You go ahead and do what you want to do. We won't even worry about it. Because Vince didn't want Triple H at the time, back when steroids were heavy in WWE, he didn't want him to take a drug test because he knew who had felt it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good way to get out of WWE. If Vince or H says no, you got to think of some explanation.
Yep, that was a really good way. Speaking of ways, we got some questions down there for you. Says Carol says, I have seen a lot of the WWE years ago before you were born, LOL. And Carol says, Max, do you fish? What's the biggest fish you caught?
So we don't fish often, but we did just fish at Cattle Lake. We haven't ever caught anything though. It's just been like a fun experience.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll tell you a funny story about fishing. Um, I went with a church I used to go with. I used to go to a long time ago. With a friend of mine, and I was fishing, and you know what I caught? I caught some sticks. Yeah,
I would be so sad because we've never
yeah,
caught a fish before, and it's like you catch sticks. You're like, this is such a disappointment.
yeah. I know. I was like, oh my goodness, really? But
So I just
yeah,
thought of a funny story. Not even 2 years ago, I was doing
hmm,
a Instagram live in our
yeah,
opening room, dining room, and someone said, "I haven't watched the WWE in decades. Is the Ultimate Warrior still wrestling?" And I'm like, "Dude, he's long gone."
oh my goodness.
And it was funny, but I'm like, have you really missed out on that much?
Yeah, it's kind of sad when you have people that come along that haven't watched wrestling a long time. They say, "How's the Road Warriors doing?" Or "How is so and so doing?" You're like, they passed, years ago, sir.
Or like,
Right.
has Ric Flair fought Roman Reigns yet?
Oh,
Dude, no.
oh my goodness. Yeah. If Ric Flair, I'm glad that Ric Flair is not going to be in Sting's final match because that would be a travesty. That'd be horrible. I mean,
Ric
much as
like,
Ric Flair is like one of my favorites ever, the man is not physically capable of wrestling a match right now. It's his, his last match he did was a disgrace. It was awful. I seen it. It was horrible.
I've heard so many stories of that match and how awful it was. Ric Flair has been a great wrestler and he doesn't deserve to be off, but it's not like he can't wrestle. If he wrestles more, it's like, how is he gonna do? Like he's like
Yeah.
terrible. Plus, Jackson thought, oh, Hulk Hogan's doing promos. He's gonna be in the Rumble. No, heck no. He's like, I mean, Hulk is. I don't know. Hulk
I think he's in
just turned
the
70.
sixes now, I think.
Yeah. Hogan. Like he definitely is 100% isn't worse than Flair right now at wrestling. But there's no way he's coming in a Rumble at this point.
Yeah, he's had so many back surgeries. It's pitiful. I mean, there were rumors going around, and I hope this is just rumors.
Yeah.
But there were rumors going around that Hulk Hogan was going to get in the ring and wrestle Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 40. And I hope that is just a joke and a rumor. But
Shane McMahon is a little terrible at his job right now
yeah,
in wrestling.
yeah, hurting his leg and foot and everything else.
Like when he fought Miz last year, I'm like, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
And then he tears his quadricep and the whole thing just blows. It almost ruined the whole night, but Snoop Dogg had his horrible elbow drop.
Yeah. Do you remember when that reminds me, you said Shane Man. Do you remember when Vince McMahon come out to be in the Rumble and he was trying to show off and he tore both his quads at the same time getting in the ring?
Okay. I've heard stories about that. But
yeah.
How do you tear both your quadriceps in one? Okay, so I'm on this bed. I can knock my head out and not even get a concussion. And then Vince is just moving his body, getting into the ring, and tears both his quadriceps.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I think it was last year he had major hip surgery. Vince did, but
yeah, he had some sort of surgery a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we better get on to the predictions of the Rumble, the Royal Rumble.
Kevin Owens and Logan Paul. He's been having a so-called broken hand, and it's like he's people are expecting him to be a guy, Logan Paul, popular YouTuber, and whose brother is a major pro boxer.
Jake Paul.
A broken hand. It ain't seem right. But I think Logan Paul should stay with the title for a little bit longer. But so I'm gonna go with Logan Paul is gonna win.
I'm gonna agree with you on that, Max, and I'm gonna say Logan Paul is gonna win too.
Good. Because like he did with Ricochet for SummerSlam when he was not the champion, he used brass knuckles, and I think he's gonna try to do that again.
Yeah, Logan Paul is a very tricky cat, and he's a good wrestler. Even though he came from fame and celebrity and all that stuff, he is one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen of this generation to come out of being famous. I mean, that's incredible.
To opening Thirst Edition unlimited Pokemon cards, a whole booster box, the rarest Pokemon in the world, to becoming the WWE United States champion. Like, it's crazy.
That is crazy. And I didn't know that about him. Open Pokemon cards, rarest in the world.
Yeah, like, the cards, it was rare, and he just, like, was straight on opening a whole pack of 36 of them.
Wow.
It must have been like $150,000 or like $200,000.
Wow. Now, do you think that Jake Paul will make an appearance at the Rumble or WrestleMania?
Yes. Yeah. Like, Jake Paul at WrestleMania should have a tag match teaming with Logan Paul to maybe fight like the Street Profits.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good match. Or like, yeah. And I have 4 WrestleMania predictions, and I have my prediction on the Men's Royal Rumble, so let's get to that.
Okay.
But the 4 main picks for the Men's Rumble, who mostly want to fight Seth Rollins: Gunther, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk. Drew McIntyre has been trying for months now to take over Seth Rollins. Gunther said if he wins the Rumble, he's challenging Seth Rollins. And then CM Punk and Cody Rhodes had a face-up on Raw, which seemed convincing that they're going to have a match at WrestleMania. But I think that CM Punk is going to win and fight Seth Rollins. Because at one point, back in 2006, Mick Foley and Ric Flair had real life beef. They had some beef, and then like they had a big barbed wire match at SummerSlam. It was I Quit. So they might do like a real life issue, no holds barred match again with Punk and Rollins. Now, everyone mostly wants to fight Seth because ever since 2021, 22, and 23, everyone has wanted to fight Roman. That's why Punk is challenging Seth.
Okay, now I have 6 people that now 2 of these people are just thrown out there, and I'll tell you in the end who I think's gonna win. But the first 2 people who I would like to see win, but I don't think there's a flying chance they're gonna win. That is Otis and R-Truth. Now,
okay, so I have to disagree with both of them 100%. Otis and Chad Gable and Akira Tozawa, not him, but like Chad and Otis have been dealing with the Viking Raiders for like years. I feel like it's been a while. They've just having matches. So, while that's happening, Otis gets a Royal Rumble win. I mean, who would he fight? Would he fight Seth or Roman? Is it the R-Truth? Now, Seth, every once in a while,
one thing about Otis, though, I always call Otis the Warthog because he reminds me of a Warthog. He does. And R-Truth now, he is one of the funniest guys out there in wrestling. And when he was in TNA, he was world champion. That man was tag team champions. He was unbelievable. And you know, Vince McMahon, when he was in power over there in WWE, he loved R-Truth. You know, he said R-Truth used to make him laugh all the time. But anyway, on to my, I don't want to cut you off, Max, but on to my other predictions for the Royal Rumble, because that was only two of them. The other ones come from NXT. You got Braun Breaker. You got Lexus King, which is Brian Pillman Jr., AEW.
Oh.
And the other two people, now the other guy, these two people, if this guy is in the Rumble, because I know he's fighting against Roman Reigns, it depends if they have the Roman Reigns match first or they have the men's Royal Rumble first. But I say LA Knight. But the main person that I pick, and me and Max are in agreement on this, is Gunther. I think Gunther will win the Royal Rumble.
See, Daniel Bryan, known as Bryan Danielson, has the world record for longest time in a Rumble for the 50-man one. It was at least an hour and it was an hour and 16 minutes. But he's in AEW. So we're cutting that off and letting Gunther take the world record for an hour and 11 minutes. And then Rhea has like 2 or 3 records for last year's. Of the first ever woman to enter number 1 and win the whole thing. Then longest women in a Rumble, at least an hour and a minute. And then, yeah, those are the 2 records for Rhea.
Now, you know, I want to let you know something while we're on there. A good friend of mine, he's a wrestling commentator here in Georgia, Adam Vance. He listened to the interview that I did with you, where you quoted all the winners of the Royal Rumble. And he messaged me and he said, Bryan, that is absolutely crazy and amazing that he knows all that, remembers all that. He said, that is awesome, unbelievable. So he applauded you on that. He really enjoyed that.
So for a while, like, I've watched every Rumble, every single one once. And I got through 98 with Hacksaw, 2003 Brawl, 05 Batista. Like, I like everyone in order. I've studied it and now have become a Royal Rumble master. Ask me
that is
a question. I can't answer it mostly.
Okay, I got a question for you, Max.
Boy.
Okay. 1988, I believe that was premier Royal Rumble. Hacksaw Jim Duggan won. But tell me this, because I thought about this earlier, and this is the first time I've ever thought about this. Why did Hacksaw not get a world title shot at WrestleMania, and he just won it, and everybody else got a world title shot?
I know, like, this is about WrestleMania, not the Rumble. Like, I had no idea he didn't get a title shot. I might have known.
He never did.
Because I've never heard him have any title shot at Mania.
He never did. He never did get a world title shot. But in all the other Rumbles they ever had, all the winners got a world title shot at WrestleMania. But Hacksaw never did. He just won it. That was it. I think got a trophy or something. I got a crown.
Maybe he just like, they didn't do it the first year, but the next year, like, they need a world title shot if they win. So
that's what I was thinking.
Who did Big John Studd fight? Because he was the next Rumble winner.
I don't know who Big John Studd fought. Did he get a WrestleMania world title shot?
I have no idea, but
I don't think he did either.
Then Hulk Hogan, the third back-to-back winner for the Rumble. And there's only been 2 wrestlers who have won back-to-back. No, 3 wrestlers who have won back-to-back. Hulk Hogan, 90-91. we got Shawn Michaels, 95 and 96. Then the next year was Steve Austin, 97 and 98.
He won 3 times,
Since then,
didn't
he won 3 Rumbles, but
Yeah.
they weren't back-to-back.
Okay.
He won L1 again. But ever
Okay.
since, no one else has got a back-to-back Rumble win.
Wow.
And then the Women's Rumble. So this actually might be the hardest Women's Royal Rumble prediction for me to decide on.
Mhm.
Because I'm usually like, oh, surprise, surprise, surprise. They're all winning. No, I only have 3 predictions for this match. And that's Becky Lynch. If she wins, she'll fight Rhea. Then Bayley, and then Nia Jax.
You're not going to believe this. Guess how many predictions I have for the Women's Rumble?
Probably 6.
1.
I'm sorry, what? Well, okay. Let me guess. Becky Lynch.
Nope.
All right, what's your pick?
Jade Cargill, the lady that came to AEW. I think she's going to come in there and demolish everybody and go on to WrestleMania and choose Rhea Ripley to fight.
Rhea Ripley. Actually, I'm not the smart one now. Who is the other women's champion?
I think it's Io somebody.
Oh, Io something.
Yeah, that Japanese lady.
Oh,
Io
sorry,
something.
I forgot all about that. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so dumb, like, bro. I should know.
Yeah, I think Jade Cargill's gonna come in there and demolish everybody in the women's match.
So there's another. I actually forgot to tell you this. There's another pick for the men's rumble, and if he wins, he's fighting Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
And that's this man, The Rock.
Right. I've heard rumors.
I was praying to God last year that Cody Rhodes would be number 29, so that The Rock could come in next. Logan Paul comes in, and that is and that was disappointing 2 years, because 2022 was the Rumble that sucked. Shane McMahon, Bad Bunny, and then Brock Lesnar. Also, Drew McIntyre came back, but he was only gone for like 1 month. And Brock had wrestled that night. Shane McMahon was not in any condition to wrestle. Bad Bunny was like the only reason it made it memorable. Like, this guy did good at SummerSlam, but not like in the Rumble.
Now, that's a good point. I haven't thought about that person. What if Brock Lesnar comes back too?
Yeah, at SummerSlam, he finished the year by fighting Cody.
Yeah.
Now, I heard then the next day he was done for 2023. So
this 2024 though.
So maybe Brock. And I thought that Brock Lesnar and Braun Breaker would be in the Rumble and have a face-off. My dad told me today that in NXT, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker are sort of forming a tag team.
Yeah, they won the Dusty Rhodes thing last night. They go next week to fight the winners of LWO and what's that guy's name? Carmelo Hayes and Williams. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Carmelo Hayes. Williams.
Yeah. I'm not too good at NXT's names because I don't watch NXT regular. Like, half of the people on there, I don't even know who they are, But some of them I know, Like Gigi Dolan, I knew her before she started out. Well, a.k.a. Priscilla Kelly. I knew her first started out on WWE. I knew her when she was just wrestling up here in Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
She's been on, put it this way, this is no joke. She has been on the WSC Lounge more than any female in history. She's been on the show probably about 6 to 7 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she really was a good friend. I haven't talked to her in a long time. And Kiera Hogan, that works for AEW now, they work for Impact. I've known her a long time as well.
Really?
And
So,
do you know the? I just want to tell you one more thing before I forget. You know the female referee, the referees for WWE, Aja Pierre.
yeah, there's 2 women referees.
Yeah, the black lady.
Yeah, her.
She's been on my show before. I've interviewed her on the WSC Lounge, and back before she was a referee. And in real life, she has a sister that wrestles named Raggedy Ann.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah.
So, I have 2 things. Number 1, Jade Cargill, is that the AEW?
Yeah, she used to be the AEW TBS champion.
Yeah. So Dad told me about her and said that is one of my picks or predictions for a Rumble. Now
Yeah.
she's been gone for a while when Triple H and Shawn Michaels welcomed her, but then that's the last we saw of her. And number 2, in one of my past YouTube or Instagram lives, someone told me that Andrade was going out of AEW, and so was MJF.
Now, okay, Andrade, yes, he is going. He is headed back to WWE, so he could be a surprise in the Rumble. As far as MJF goes, they don't know because some sources say, which he played it up himself, some sources say that his contract expired January 1st of this year. But some sources also say that he re-signed with AEW to stay with the company through 2027. So nobody knows, and there's also some sources out there saying he could be a surprise in Rumble, but nobody said, but nobody knows. The thing about it is, I'll put it this way: as much as I'm a fan of AEW, this is the honest and gospel truth, and probably anybody that is in wrestling will tell you this: if AEW were to lose MJF to WWE, AEW will go down drastically. I mean, I'm not talking about going out of business, but they will go down so bad that people won't even care about watching because they love MJF. MJF is the man of the evening. He's the man on the mic. He's awesome.
He's the one. I heard a
Yeah,
lot about him in AEW, and he's like
yeah,
the main one there, basically, other than
yeah.
like
He's
Jericho and Punk.
incredible. He's like looking at a young Ric Flair in the mirror. I mean, he's got it all. I mean, he is that. He's like, put it this way, he's like The Rock and Austin were to WWE. I mean, he's got it all. I mean, he is the man. You know, I mean, it's amazing. You know, I mean, there aren't too many people that come along that have that golden ticket that are the big star like John Cena, Austin Rock. You know, in AEW, MJF. I mean, he is amazing. You know, I mean, if they lose him, then you might as well kiss AEW, you know, goodbye or something. I mean, unless they get, I mean, I don't know who they're going to get to replace him because, you know, he's incredible.
They have Sting until March. I mean, Edge is there. Ric Flair. He signed a little bit of a contract with AEW to like manage Sting for until he retired. Also, Jericho was there. MJF, Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are like the main people. Otherwise, there is no AEW. And John Moxley and Eddie
And
Kingston.
you got Darby Allin.
Yeah, Darby Allin.
And you got Orange Cassidy.
I never really thought of him
Yeah,
as a big star,
yeah,
but he's pretty.
he's pretty good. But to be honest with you, he's actually one of the best champions they got right now in AEW. I mean, he's been holding that international title and defending it week after week against big guys, little guys, big names. He beat John Moxley. He beat Big Cass. He
Oh
beat
wow!
he beat all kind of. I mean, he beat Jericho. I mean, He's good. He really is.
He
Really
must be.
good. Yeah, he is.
I've also heard of a guy named Dan Housen, who we actually got a special video from him
Oh, did you?
for our wrestling class. Their
Oh,
3-year
wow.
anniversary. Hold on. Jackson's here. Come on,
Okay.
Jay.
Yeah, Dan Housen is he's a neat guy. I seen him without his paint, a picture of him, and you wouldn't even recognize him without his paint. Hey, Jackson. He looks like a model without his paint on. He was like a model. I mean, he's built and everything, but I mean, he's hilarious though. He says, "I'm Dan Housen," but he's funny.
Yeah. Our video, he was pretty funny. His voice was he's cool.
Yeah.
So we have one more match for the Royal Rumble, and Jackson can share his predictions.
Okay.
I don't understand mine. So he's just gonna be here. And
Okay.
you can ask him questions.
Okay.
So the Fatal 4-Way, Roman Reigns defending his title. Now this is why Nick Aldis is the best general manager WWE's ever had. Roman attacked all three, and he made it a Fatal 4-Way at the Rumble, and Roman made it worse for himself, like Jay said to me. And Roman said he wasn't signing the contract, and Nick Aldis said if he didn't sign the contract, it's going to be a triple threat match with Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight for the vacant title. And he makes the best decisions. So he's from NWA, and he's great.
Yeah, Nick Aldis, believe it or not, when Sting made his exit from TNA, Nick Aldis was a heel, and he was known as Magnus. But the problem with it is this. He fought Sting in what was going to be a retirement match where he had to leave. And what is this? My favorite actress is Cynthia Waitrose. Do you guys yeah, we like Cynthia Waitrose, Nina, in General Hospital. That's what Hello Kitty Pinker said. But what I will say, Magnus was a heel at the time. And do you know he had to have 15 to 20 guys come down to the ring and beat up Sting for him to win? Yeah, it was pathetic. And when they shooed Sting out of TNA like that, I was like, okay, this is a crying shame. This is pathetic.
Yeah.
And then he goes over to WWE, and Seth Rollins did the turnbuckle bomb, and then Sting can't continue the match, and they shoot him out of WWE, and I'm like, okay, this is crazy, Give the man some respect,
AEW is pretty dumbed out with Darby Allin teaming with him. Like,
yeah, I think the reason they got Darby Allin teaming with Sting is because they see a lot of Sting and Darby Allin, and see a lot of Darby and Sting.
Sting can't be a singles wrestler, and he goes perfect with the chemistry with Darby.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, it's not that Sting doesn't. Sting actually, he went to Tony Khan because Tony Khan told Sting, he said, in your retirement match, he said, whoever you want to fight, if I can get a hold of them, I will put you against them, whoever you want. And Sting told Tony, he said, I want to fight Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. That's how I want the retirement match, to fight me and Darby. He said, I do not want to do any singles matches. Even though I'd love to see him fight Adam Cole and Edge. I'd love to see him in single matches, but he doesn't want to do single matches. And I guess you kind of understand that because Sting is 63 years old, 64 years old?
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting up in age, and if he did a singles match, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Jericho, or somebody, but, you'd also worry about him injuring, him being injured, or paralyzed. You won't want that,
I can understand now why Sting is in any singles matches.
Yeah, I'm just like you. I'd love to see him in single matches, but he doesn't want to since he's in a tag team, and he also doesn't want to with his age stuff. And Darby did a video the other day and said that Sting and him are going to be the tag team champions before Sting retires. So what I'm thinking is this: Sting and Darby will win the tag team titles, and then they'll drop the tag team titles to the Young Bucks at the Revolution, which they have to, because if they don't, then it doesn't make any sense. Because, I mean, even though it's a retirement match, and yes, Sting should win it, but if they don't drop the belts to the Young Bucks, it doesn't make any sense because the fans are left, okay, you're retired, Sting. Y'all are tag team champions. What happens to the belts? What are you going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that.
So unless they take them off of them and put them in a tournament, that's all I see. I mean, because, you know.
Tag team tournaments is just a craze.
Oh, yeah, and the last match, the Roman Reigns match.
All right, I have 4 predictions for WrestleMania. First, Roman's winning because I think his home state is Florida. And we can't forget it's going to be in Tampa, Florida this year for the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Now, WrestleMania, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, The Rock, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar and Gunther.
Okay, here's my predictions. Gunther and Seth Rollins for the world title. Roman Reigns and The Rock, like you said. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk.
Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar, maybe Brock Lesnar fights LA Knight and gives him the rub, and LA Knight beats him. But in my honest opinion, at the Rumble, I think LA Knight should walk out of there the new world champion and beat Roman Reigns, because that man deserves it. And it's like I've told other people, if they wait too late and don't pull the trigger with LA Knight, and say for instance they go through these releases, and say for instance he gets released, well he's the hottest free agent, and then say for instance AEW picks him up. Well, that was a big boo boo on WWE's part, because they could take LA Knight and they could turn him into the next Stone Cold Steve Austin, because I can see a Stone Cold Steve Austin in LA Knight, because Austin comes out, he goes to talk, everybody says, what? LA Knight talks, they say, yeah. So, I mean, you can kind of see it. They need to go ahead and pull the trigger with LA Knight and make him champion. Now, Styles and Orton, they've been there, they've done that, but I think what's going to happen, even as bad as I want to see LA Knight win, I think Roman Reigns is going to win and go into WrestleMania and fight The Rock.
Yeah, because it has to be what WrestleMania. Everybody's up in WrestleMania. No matter how can you dream, it's just LA Knight. If he wins the title, it has to be at WrestleMania. But how would they give him a spot? There's no better place. So he's gonna lose, and then if Rock fights Roman, I always thought that Cody and Roman would fight for the title at Elimination Chamber. Rock would cause Roman the title, and they fight in a singles match in Mania because neither of them need the title. Now Cody would be the new champion. Now I thought he was gonna fight Randy Orton just a little while ago, but he could challenge LA Knight, and LA Knight will cause Cody Rhodes his short story. So the problem with LA Knight is that you really think about it, the only reason he really got popular is because for some reason somebody must have started something, because apparently one day everybody just stealed him on and stuff.
Yeah, you know, something that Max mentioned, now this is just a rumor, but now this is a rumor of fact. You know, The Rock is now on the TKO board now.
Yeah.
He's a board member.
Maxwell told me.
Yeah, but there's a rumor going around that the higher ups in TKO, they want Roman Reigns and The Rock to actually fight at Saudi Arabia instead of WrestleMania. But The Rock doesn't want to do that. The Rock is against going to Saudi Arabia. He wants to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So I don't know.
Yeah, because Crown Jewel, God, I mean, Crown Jewel is a good pay-per-view. I mean, it's just an ordinary pay-per-view, but like, come on, you don't really just fight at WrestleMania. It's way better. Saudi Arabia has made a deal with WWE that their pay-per-view there needs to be Crown Jewel. But I think every once in a while that Elimination Chamber should be held in Saudi Arabia like it was one year.
Well, I can't. I'm not going to comment on the deal that WWE has with Saudi Arabia, and I will say this: me, along with a few other of my friends, even though we watch the different WWE pay-per-views they have and stuff, we have never watched any of the WWE shows in Saudi Arabia. I just don't. I don't support it, and I'm not going to get into the reasons of why and all that. But I will say that whenever Goldberg fought the Undertaker, I seen clips of that on YouTube. I did see that, and I saw what a disaster match it was that everybody was talking about. They said that match was horrible, and I thought, oh my goodness. And
Also, wasn't.
and I also did see. Let me throw this in while I remembered. I did see the greatest clip of the Greatest Rumble when Titus O'Neil famously slid and went under the ring. That was so funny.
That's super famous. That's like the second most famous boss besides.
Yeah. I had to watch that at least 20 times over and over. That was so funny. I laughed and laughed.
Yeah, but my problem is all the good matches have to be bad. Rick Reigns' last match, Sting's last match, they're all that's fake. So you know what? The matches are bad. Goldberg and Undertaker. Oh my God, Undertaker just almost died apparently. All the good matches have to be canceled.
One thing about Goldberg though, Jay, is I heard that Goldberg is mad at Vince McMahon because he didn't have his retirement match, and Goldberg is still going around different outlets looking to have his retirement match somewhere. I don't know where it's going to be, but it ain't going to happen in WWE because Triple H and all of them didn't care about it, and Goldberg's upset and mad and everything else. So I don't know what's going to happen with that final match.
Anywhere but AEW. I think TNA would be a good place for it. I can't believe.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, in AEW, I don't know who Goldberg would fight because
Edge. Adam Copeland.
Yeah, a battle of spears.
Or maybe Jericho.
Yeah, Jericho. Goldberg had a heated past, and then you could go to TNA and you could have a Rhino against Goldberg, a Gore and Spear, or another match. You mentioned TNA, Max, and another match that would be a dream match. And this guy interviewed before on the WSC Lounge as well. And Moose, the big guy goes Moose. He used to be the Falcons, just like Goldberg did. So that would be a good match, Goldberg versus Moose.
I've heard of him, and
he's a good guy. He's a big old black guy that goes like that. And he's actually the TNA World Champion right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler actually jumped him when he debuted, so they'll probably feud with each other.
Yeah, I'm actually sad that Dolph Ziggler doesn't wrestle anymore. That he got released, and I was in shock. He didn't get sad. He deserves a promo that he is in wrestling. He also deserves a retirement match because he's put so much work into that, and then it's just released. No more Dolph Ziggler. And the sad thing was also Rick Boogs had to go, and Mustafa Ali was doing good. I mean, he was in a title match with Dominic Mysterio for NXT No Mercy.
Yeah,
That's
no, let him go.
That's just
But you know,
awesome.
Mustafa Ali, he recently debuted for New Japan.
Oh.
Yeah, and Dolph Ziggler is going by Nick Nemeth, and he works TNA now.
Oh.
But here's the thing about Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, beyond all these other guys you named that got released, and women that got released, for the past few years, Nick Nemeth, a.k.a. Dolph Ziggler, who is Ryan Nemeth's brother, who Ryan Nemeth works for AEW, and Ryan Nemeth is also the blonde-headed guy that you seen on the WSC Lounge that tells everybody bye. He does the closing for me. Okay. Well, anyway, Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, had been going to WWE for the past few years trying to get released. He wanted to leave the company. He was done. He told Vince, he said, let me out of my contract. I don't want to work here no more. And Ryan, his brother, had been trying to get him to leave. And Nick said he was not happy with WWE. He wanted to leave WWE. So finally, months and months and years after him going to WWE and asking for his release, they finally said, okay, we're going to release you. We're going to let you go. And he's happy. I mean, he didn't want to be in WWE no more. So
Why?
he said he wasn't happy with it. I mean, if you think about it, Dolph Ziggler, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated wrestling talents ever.
Yeah, I agree.
That man, when Vicky Guerrero was there, they gave him the world title. It was for a while, and then Alberto Del Rio come in and he got the belt and all that.
I heard about that, and that was disappointing.
Money in the Bank 2015,
Yeah.
I know the exact pay-per-view because we actually have the case for the actual event.
Oh wow!
So we actually
But
have
yeah.
some.
But yeah, he was a great talent, and he's being used well in TNA. I mean, and I think the man should have been as big as The Rock and Austin and all them. I mean, that man, he worked his butt off for WWE all those years. He did a lot of stuff, and
From getting
they just dropped and done nothing.
from getting manure all over him in the Spirit Squad when he started off as Nicky or Mickey
Yeah.
to being a world champion. It's one of the craziest things that WWE can do.
It is, and his brother was in the Spirit Squad with him, Ryan Nemeth.
That's cool that he started off with DX and then became to like he was like with DX when he first started. It was great, but then he had to stick with a woman who always yelled, "Excuse me."
Yeah. And I'll tell you two funny facts. I didn't know if you knew this because you were talking about people that don't wrestle anymore. Well, Santino Marella, the guy who used to come out with the Cobra.
Yeah.
He is the current general manager of TNA.
Really?
Yeah, he's the boss over there. And another person, Mickey James, who is married to Nick Aldis in real life, the SmackDown general manager.
Yeah. I heard that.
She's the executive producer and boss of the NWA Women's Division.
That makes sense because Nick Aldis did NWA stuff, and they're married. So
yeah, and I'll tell you something about Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis, if they let that man come in the Rumble and wrestle, because he is a wrestler, he will show you some amazing stuff. Because I remember a pay-per-view match I got. It was NWA. It was Cody Rhodes against Nick Aldis for the NWA World Title, and Cody Rhodes actually won the belt. But those guys bled, and you talk about a match. Those guys put on as good as a match as Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat back in the day. I mean, it was incredible.
I heard of Steamboat and Ric Flair's match. I've never watched it.
Yeah. Oh, they were great. You got to go out and
Ric
watch
Flair
it sometime.
had some great matches with like Terry Funk and Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah.
Way back.
Yeah, you go back on the network on Peacock, you can go back to WCW pay-per-views and you watch Steamboat and Flair fight.
Yeah. Also, Hulk Hogan had his old matches with Andre and Iron Sheik, which now I'm thinking those sound like a great Roman Reigns and Jey Uso sort of like thing. Even though they didn't bleed as much as Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes or Ric Flair and Mick Foley together, like in their TNA match, it was like insane how they worked so hard on that. But the unmemorable thing and unforgettable thing was when Jimmy Uso came out and Jey Uso had him. He had him, and it was just it wasn't great.
Yeah, if you think about it right now, you go back and think about it. Besides Sting and besides Bruce Beefcake, who are the other people left that Hogan feuded with that aren't dead? Besides Sting and Beefcake, and Flair. Besides Sting, Beefcake, and Flair, who else is left? Because Vader's gone, Bruno Sammartino, Warrior, Savage, Superstar Billy Graham. Yeah, Andre's gone. Big John Studd's gone. I mean, it's kind of sad when you think about it.
Hogan had short rivalries with Undertaker and The Rock and Triple H. Those aren't as memorable as the ones with Sting and Goldberg.
Piper.
Oh, Goldberg.
Yeah, Piper. Oh, yeah, Goldberg. Yeah.
Roddy Piper.
But it's really sad, though, how many people are gone that Hogan worked with,
Yeah. So, what I don't agree with is the WWE did a special video several days ago about the top 25 special edition best Royal Rumble surprises.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Snuka in the one in Madison Square Garden back in 2008 wasn't on there, but Rowdy Piper was, and Edge was number 12. But above him was Michelle McCool last year. And, it must be weird because Edge is in a different company as Adam Copeland. So that must be why he's so low. And Michelle McCool's ahead of him.
Michelle McCool was above Edge? That's weird.
And Rowdy Piper. Because I thought Rowdy was pretty good. And then Snuka was even on. But AJ Styles was number 2. And then 1 was John Cena.
Well, Snuka, he probably was not on there because of his past. And I'll just say this. You know what murder is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Snuka has a past of when he got dementia and he didn't know what was going on and stuff. He had a past to where they found out that many, many years ago that he committed murder. And so that's probably why he was not a part of that.
That's crazy. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, what's so crazy about it is Vince McMahon knew about it. And he didn't tell nobody. But
I don't know. That's probably how much
it was his ex-girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. And
don't worry.
I
know what that means. I'm good.
On top of that, I will say this. This is no joke. Okay, you remember Viscera, Mabel?
Yeah, I've heard, yeah.
Okay. Hey, Nelson Frazier, he was a friend of mine before he passed. I used to talk to him on Messenger on Facebook, and last time I talked to him, it was in Japan. And something told me on the day he passed, I should give him a call on Messenger, see how he's doing. and I didn't. And so he passed that day. The next thing I know, his girlfriend or fiance at the time, she got on Facebook and she said, I want to let everybody know that everything I know about Vince McMahon and the WWE, I will tell tomorrow. I'll tell the world. And she said, when I get through telling everybody what I know, she said they'll never watch WWE again. They'll never think of Vince McMahon the same way. Well, the next day come around, and you know what happened?
What?
She got back on Facebook, and she said, everybody, I want to apologize to y'all for what I said about Vince McMahon. He is a good man, and just ignore what I said yesterday. What happened was Vince McMahon paid her off to shut up.
What?
Yep.
How? He must have paid her like at least 100,000, like $1 million or something.
I don't know, but you know the sad thing about it is, Vince McMahon has had some shady issues, and you know he has done a lot of paying people off to shut up and stuff. You know, but see, the thing about it is now Triple H in charge, you got to worry about all that junk. You know, because Triple H don't do that mess, and all those other people don't do that. But Vince McMahon, he did a lot of shady stuff, and I mean, paying somebody off to shut up, you know, so you keep business. I mean, that's pretty bad, you know. But the man, Nelson Frazier Ventura, I don't even think they ever paid any memory to him on Raw. You know, when he died, they just let it go, which is crazy.
A couple other wrestlers.
Yeah, they did that with a lot of other wrestlers too, and I don't know why.
There's a reason.
That's sad.
Yeah. I was going to ask you though, Max, while you're on here, I asked your mom the other night, who do you think, because she said the WSB, but who do you think that is that those guys are working for that kidnapped Jordan? Because
okay.
I know she come back, but
I like talking about General Hospital. You got me on track. Okay. I have no idea because that when she was talking to Anna, when TJ left, they showed clips of the two guys talking to someone through the door and he must have been like full on serious because they immediately called off the deal. They immediately let Jordan go. So I think whoever these guys are working for is whoever shot Curtis and caused the shooting at the Metro Court pool who was targeting Anna.
yeah.
And ironically, she's the one who's talking to Jordan. So it connects somehow, but I still think that Victor is alive and is hiring these guys to attack us.
Wow.
No way.
Wow. Now you know.
Hey, you're so clever, Mom. That's what you always say, and you're like, no. And half the time it happens. So like.
Well, you know, Max, I can also say this. Usually, I have a bunch of predictions on stuff, but on this one, I have no clue. I don't have the wildest idea.
Me
I mean,
but I still think it's Victor.
I mean, now this is crazy. Now I heard somewhere that Jason is coming back as Jason Quartermain.
As what?
Jason Quartermain.
Wow, I've always known him as
Jason Morgan. So I'm wondering in my mind, I know this is crazy and far-fetched, but what if he's been brainwashed, and what if he's the one that had the Curtis shot? I mean, I don't know.
And who is the perfect man to get him brainwashed? Now that's Victor.
Phase
That's
on.
what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
Phase on.
Oh! But
Yeah.
why would he? Oh, that makes sense. I keep thinking, what would he have to do with Curtis? He was aiming for either Sonny or Anna, and if Faison's the one, then it connects to Anna. If Victor's the one, it connects to Anna. If Cyrus is the one, then it connects to Sonny.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, if you remember, Faison famously is the one that the first time Steve Burton was eliminated from General Hospital when he was shot in the and thrown in the harbor. Faison was the one disguised as Duke Lavery in that mask, and he pulled it off, and it was Faison.
Oh.
And everybody thought it was Duke, but it wasn't.
We saw that on YouTube. You just don't remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Jason, that thing at Cat Island with Drew, Lisa, and Britt.
Yeah.
That story was fun. And I remember the exact day it was. Now, that was the last time that Ingo, Jax,
Yeah.
was on. And then Jason had apparently gone missing because him and Jax didn't get the vaccine for COVID.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think that if there's anything else that about GH. I know that Nina has been having her trouble.
Poor Nina. She got replaced from Crimson with Carly.
I tell you what, I am about ready to slap the fire out of Michael.
I think that's for years by this point.
Yeah. But you know, what's going to happen if when Jason comes back, somebody told me that he was supposed to choose Elizabeth. And I said, well, what's going to happen? But what's going to happen if he comes to Carly? Is she going to go, oh, no, Drew, I can't see you anymore. I got to go back to Jason. You know.
We thought they're still technically married, but if someone dies when you're married to them, which is sort of dark, but I don't mean it that way. It's sort of automatic, a little bit like that. But Drew and Jason are brothers, and so was AJ.
Yeah.
And Carly's been with all three of them now.
And the question is, though, when you think about it, because I also heard that Dex is going to be leaving, which I hope not. But if he leaves, then that would make room for Jason to come in as a bodyguard. But who are Dex's relatives? Is he AJ's son? Is he Jason's son? Brenda's son? I mean,
so I think that Jason's lost son, is Dex. But I, just like Esme, we knew immediately that it was Ryan. Had no clue who the mom was. I had no clue who Dex's mom was. But Brenda is a good guess.
Now, there's also a rumor that Dex's mom is Amy. Not Amy the nurse, but a long time ago in 1993, when Maurice Bernard made his debut on General Hospital, I believe it was either Amy or Kate was her name. He owned a stripper joint. Maurice Bernard did, Sunny Corinthos, and she was the main person, and she was killed. And Jason and her got together, and so it's a possibility that Dex's mom is her.
Oh.
And he's out for revenge, but I don't know.
I mean, I think that Dex and Brando are either brothers or cousins. Because my mom got them confused all the time, and I agree with her. Because they are they look so alike.
They do favor. I haven't thought about that.
But yeah, maybe Dex's parents are Jason and Elizabeth.
Well, now I want to kind of mix. Now this is true, actually. This kind of mixing General Hospital with WWE for a minute. I saw yesterday, I don't know how true this is, but I saw yesterday that The Rock went on ESPN and that Stephen A. Smith, that plays Brick on GH, might be his promoter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I don't know how true that one is, but that's what I saw.
That'd be cool. We don't often see Brick on the show, but he's one of Sonny's guys,
Yeah.
and that'd be cool. I've been thinking a lot about the whole Dex storyline on GH.
Yeah, and you know, what are your thoughts on the temporary Jocelyn? I don't like her.
Well, I think at the hospital, Adam's dad, I think Eden would be a little fiercer. This Joss actually
Yeah.
scared, but still got her strength.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the one that's playing Jocelyn now. I like Aiden McCoy better.
Yeah, but yeah, her mom died in real life, so she's taking some time off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's horrible. Anybody got any questions for Max or me or the wall? I'm just kidding with you.
Or the walls, because we'll answer them.
I see a lot of people joining, but nobody's talking.
Okay, all right. Brian, are you Team Nina or Team Carly?
Well, that's kind of a hard one because
It's not hard one. Just pick
Carly
Nina.
has done some evil stuff. Nina has too, but I gotta say Nina because I feel sorry for Nina.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
because Carly and Drew, I mean, for crying out loud, tell me this. We've been trying to figure this out, me and Mom have. Who in the world works for Crimson? Because I thought it was Maxie, but she's apparently with Lucy. I thought it was Brooklyn, she's with Lucy. They're working for that other
Deception.
place. Yeah, Deception. So who works for Crimson? Besides Drew and Carly, who works for Crimson?
Yeah, because Drew owns Aurora Media, and they bought Crimson. And then Michael runs Aurora Media. So Drew has the right to fire Nina and replace Carly. But here's the thing. He doesn't really have the right because this all started back in 2019, 2020. I mean, Carly, as soon as she found out that Nell's mom was Nina, she didn't come rushing to tell Nina, even though she didn't find out until she fell. She should know. She should know to go tell Nina immediately. Except she kept it. Now Nina kept Sonny at Nixon Falls, but Maxie and Jax almost ran into Sonny, but Nina, she tried to call Carly and tell her that she is Sonny there right now, but she hung up on her. Also, think about this. Sonny didn't want to know who he was. That's on him. And then Carly and Drew kept Nina from her second daughter once again for the second time. And Carly and Drew did something illegal. Nina did something illegal. She gets fired from her job, and her husband tells her to stay away from him.
You know, you just gave me a crazy idea.
Oh no.
And your mom is going to be mad when I say this. But
oh no, she's here. She's here.
What if when Jason comes back, he comes back without a memory and he falls in love with Nina?
Yeah, I already said that.
All right.
Because you know Carly is not a good Carly's not a good leader to that Crimson. She don't know what she's doing. And who else works for her and Drew? Just them?
Okay, so someone asked, who will Jason be paired with when he comes home? That's going to be Elizabeth. Now, I don't want any more Amnesia storylines because we got the Sunny one back years ago.
Yeah.
And we got
And then
and then they both got their memory back, which took like a year.
yeah.
Esme even longer than Sunny, I think. But as Jason, when will he get his memory back? Nina is probably gonna go rushing to Carly, and Carly's gonna kick Nina out of the house and tell her, don't say a single word to me. And that's going to be on Carly.
Mm-hmm.
Not letting Nina tell her that Jason's back with no memory.
But what if Jason comes back and he brings back somebody with him that everybody thought was dead in Britt?
So the rumor is actually Morgan.
Morgan?
Sonny and Carly's son.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll be Brian Craig though. Probably somebody else.
I never really got to see Morgan on the show because I started watching in 2018.
Oh, okay.
So that'd be cool to see him. Jason and Sonny have always been my men on the show.
Yeah.
My people.
What if Rick Lanson is behind the Jordan thing?
Who?
Rick Lanson, Sonny's brother.
Molly's dad.
Oh. What would he have to do?
I don't know. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, it's a soap opera.
I know. I think I know who's behind the door.
Come on, Mom.
Do you say it?
Yeah.
Taggart.
Taggart?
Yep.
Now, I know years ago he had it out for Sonny.
Yeah.
But why would
he? Anna.
Wait a minute.
We don't know if it was the WSB. The people that took Jordan, didn't they say that was the FBI?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, still,
So the FBI took her because they're the ones they want Jordan to back off because they're investigating. It wasn't. I don't believe it was the WSB that took Jordan for questioning. So people are saying that the new head of the FBI there.
If it is Taggart, he would easily be able to convince Jordan to back off. Because Jordan had a fling with him one time, I think.
Yeah.
We've confirmed that Anna is the target. So if he is the new head of the FBI, that makes a little more sense. This needs to be a villain.
But
I love villains on the show.
But here's one thing about it. Tell me if this makes any sense to you. Okay. Who is it?
I know I might know who's behind the door.
Okay. I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? What was I talking about? I forgot. I looked at you and I said, what is it?
Sorry.
What was I?
With Anna. Now I really hope that whoever's behind that door is a returning Peter August with West Ham.
No.
Why?
No.
He's always been my favorite, and there isn't a reason for him not to come back. Did he just disappear?
They killed him all.
I know, but he still should never die. Did he work for Pikeman?
I knew who it was, Max. Man, I'm glad you said Pikeman. It was I think it's that guy. I know what I want to ask y'all. That's what it was. Okay. You know the guy that showed up and flirted with Carly?
Yes, him.
Why did that end so quickly? I've never seen a criminal situation end so quickly. That ended too easy. So do you think he's working for somebody else or what? Because that ended so simple and easy.
He's part of Pikeman, but I don't remember Pikeman ever having a deal with the FBI.
No, but I'm trying to figure out why that ended so quickly with that guy. What was that? Oh, the TV just took it off. That was weird. Anyway.
That's why it ended.
Anyway, the TV took it off again. Okay. Anyway, weird TV. I want to know why in the world that ended so quickly with that guy being in the restaurant, flirting with Carly, and then all of a sudden they just took him out in handcuffs, and he was never seen again, and the other guy wasn't either. Do y'all know why?
I don't know. He must be out. That actually, I never thought of him, but that'd be a perfect prediction.
Yeah, it would be if he was the guy behind the door because his storyline it sure was over real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. Somebody said, "Okay, you already asked that. Who will Jason be paired with?" Okay. Somebody said, "Roger." Okay, yeah,
That's why the thing ended.
yeah.
The criminal.
Well, I can't think of anything else to say, Max. I think we've covered the Royal Rumble predictions
And the
and
GH.
the GH. And
We are
y'all want to talk about Bold and
actually,
Beautiful? I'm just kidding. Wait, no, just kidding.
we are actually about to watch GH right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen it today, but I won't let any cats out of the bag.
Something good happens today.
Oh wow. Okay, good.
No. It's you know,
Yeah.
but yeah, actually, your mom is correct. Something, something not good, but something exciting happens.
Not good, but exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
Okay.
good, but
There's
exciting.
like so many
Okay,
different cool storylines going on. And General Hospital is pretty big right now.
yeah, and I'll be sure and upload this to my YouTube channel. Then, Sarah, you know what to do on download it to Max's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great having you on, Max, and great having you on, Jackson, wherever you're at.
He's somewhere. God knows what he's doing.
Okay.
But he does the crazy stuff. Me too.
Okay, and everybody, don't forget to subscribe to Max's channel. We are the Tomlins
Wait.
on YouTube.
The YouTube, I think, is the Tomlin family.
Okay, the Tomlin family. Do not forget to subscribe to the Tomlin family on YouTube right here above the subscribe button. And also be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Classic Random Clips Man. Thank you.
I'm sure we will. Yeah.
Okay. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.